So often we have this some kind of idea of how our life should go, what should happen in which kind of point of time and so on. Understanding later that it wasn't quite beneficial you to do that, or at least hold on to so tightly of those things how you planned they would have happen. We just have to understand that there is no one exact way how things should go for us. We all have these unique stories and one way is not necessarily better than other. That there is unique things meant for us and that are beneficial for us to happen in a unique way like they happen. And just by you try to hold on to some kind of strategies and how the things should go, you are just creating yourself so much pressure and so much expectations how things should happen, and when they don't happen the way you want, then there is just that big disappointment happening after that, and then this constant circle will keep happening again and again until you get those things. There is so many ways that this is not beneficial for you. Of course you can want things and have hope for things, but we just can't control the reality that we are living, the future. Sometimes those things that you want, they happen earlier than you thought, and sometimes later. We just too often focus on that outcome part, realizing that we can only control our input, that where our focus should be many times, and then the outcome part will be just natural follow up to that, to your work, and it can happen different ways. There is no exact one best way for that to happen. We're supposed to focus on those things that we can always control and try to live here and now. Experience fully this life day by day, because only what you have today is all that you have. And of course your memories. The problem is just that we want to be so much, we want to be everything at the same time. We want to make it all happen and be everything and have everything. And sometimes we believe to know everything also. But we always should try to remind us that this is not our soul only. It is a collective soul, and the soul with your creator, the universe. There is your part that you have to do, and there is the universe's and your creator's part. You should do best with those resources that you have been given, and then trusting that when you do your own part, you will get that reward part afterwards. But understanding that you don't know everything. Many times you don't know what is best for you. So when you are done with your part, then just lay your hands down or up and give that outcome path to others' hands. Something greater than you hands. How much stress and worry on additional work that have been created for me to always believe that I have to do everything in order to achieve something really magical and big. Yes, there is that my own path and things that I have to do, but I don't have to do everything. And I am just one little part of this everything that exists. And I am not the ultimate force that is controlling of all. And we should just try to focus on more on those things that actually matter and what we can control. And what you can control is today, in this current moment that you are living. Focusing on living fully and experiencing it fully and asking yourself how I can do my best for me and for this universe, for all that exists. I don't know what will happen, but if I just do my best, it will take care of itself for the best way for me to happen. So long I thought that I knew what is best for me, when I should have this, my life partner and some kind of good job and all these things that we all want, comparing to each other and all that this society teaches us in some kind of certain exact points that we should have all these things. But understanding later that very few of those things actually happen like they supposed to happen. And then I just created so much misery to myself, so much stress and worry, and that drained my energy, and how much disappointments I experienced. And all of these things would have been easier to me to go through if I just wouldn't hang on to so tightly, grip on so tightly on these things, on that outcome part especially. Understanding very later on that actually how things happen for me was the best way to things happen for me. How often we think that, for example, that we have to have this romantic partner on this age, and actually many times it is actually for you to, so much better you to have that later on when you are more ready and have gone through things and learned things, for you to sustain it. And this can be applied for so many things. So many times we think that we are just waiting and try to survive until we get these certain kind of things, and then just the life starts. But the life we are living, it is here and now, and all of these things, the current moment, it is part of this bigger picture also, and that is what creates for your future, for you to experience everything differently. And there is always so much potential in here and now, and try to make most of it today, because you just don't know what tomorrow involves, what is there, or even will it happen for you. We just so often take so many things as granted for us that will happen. The complete theme is just that we try to be the creator, be the universe, be all of it. Like I mentioned earlier, we just should acknowledge our own place in life, our own part, and focus on it, and try to balance it out, everything. And what happens after that is not on your hands, and when you're not expecting constantly in a certain kind of way to things happen, you can live so freely, enjoying so much more of everything, and when those things that you wanted will come to you sooner or later, you can enjoy it so much more, so much better way. And that is the ultimate message that I'm trying to give you today, to get through. And I hope that you can understand it, take it the best way possible, using your own discernment. There are just limited time for all of us in this planet Earth that we are currently here and now living, and we should take most out of it, every second, every day. And if you are just creating this some kind of exact points of your journey that things have to happen, you are constantly focusing on your future, on those things that you can't control necessarily. And you are taking away from you so many things. Of course, there is that possibility for you to try to control everything on your own, like I have done so long in my life. But it is like a fighting against the current, so to say, many times. And the outcome part is also not something complete. It can be some way satisfying, but very far from the best. So ultimately it is not good for you and something that you should be doing. Try to get rid of that forcing mentality and start to trusting more on things, on your creator, on this universe also. Because this life is truly something else also than just you and you to try to be more than you are. And then you're wondering why everything feels so hard and exhausting. Because it is not meant for you to do it like that. Try to start asking yourself, what is my place and job to do, and where I can just then give everything else for somebody's higher hands. Doing that work part in your life, but also that enjoying, relaxing part, balancing everything it out completely, how it was meant to. And this is one of the hardest and time-taking things in our lives to learn to completely or partially. But when you are acknowledging these things, you are so much more ahead already towards that better future and way of living, complete way of living. And that is why I'm giving you this message today. But I truly thank you once again for your listening and be with me on this beautiful day, and hope you all the best as always. And if you're interested about personal coaching in some kind of area, be free to check out the description box below and ask you any questions if you have any also. But I thank you once again, and hopefully see you next time. Take care.